Good morning, students. I hope all are safe and fine in your home. So, due to this pandemic situation, we are conducting class through online. So, my subject is optical communication and the subject code is EC8751. So, here I have given you the subject syllabus for your reference. So, go through it and note it down. Okay. So, coming to the subject, what is optical communication? We know communication means sending information from one place to another through the medium. Correct? Okay. So, previously we have studied the analog communication, digital communication. So, here we are going to study the optical communication. That is, shortly we can say the optical communication is the communication through light. Okay, so here there are some textbook and reference book. So go through it. So first we can move to the introduction of optical fiber. So coming to the introduction of optical fiber, you know about the optical cable, that is, it is in the pipe shaped. Okay, so through this cable only, the light is carrying from one place to another place. So students, have you ever think how we are getting the message in a fraction of seconds through the messages or through the internet or through WhatsApp, any medias? So through this optical fiber cable only, because light travels more faster. Okay, so here see the optical fiber cable. Inside the pipe-like structure there are many thin wires. Okay, so these wires are so much of thin as of our hair. So through this cable only, the light is transmitting from one place to another place. Okay, if there is no optical fiber cable, and then there is no internet access. So students, we can study detailed about the structure of the optical fiber cable in the future classes. Okay. Next thing is the optical spectrum. It is, the light is the kind of the electromagnetic spectrum, and the spectrum range is between 3 into 10 power 11 to 3 into 10 power 16 hertz. So this includes the infrared spectrum, ultraviolet spectrum and visible light spectrum. Okay, so infrared spectrum, the frequency of the infrared spectrum is very high. That is, we can't see by the human eye. So for example, if you take some laser light, it can't seen by the human eye. So next is the visible light spectrum. So this band is visible to our human eye. So the range is between 390 nanometer to 770 nanometer. So between this visible light, the lights are possible to seen with the human eye. And the next one is the ultraviolet spectrum. This band of light is there is too much of low. Okay, and it also visible by our human eye. Coming to the advantages of the fiber optic cable, first one is the important advantage is the wider bandwidth. So if you see the fiber optic cable, the bandwidth it can carry about 11 terahertz. Okay, while coming to the copper cable, it carry only about the megahertz. Okay, so the information carrying capability of fiber optic cable is very high. The next advantage is the loss is very low. We are preferring the fiber optic cable mainly because of this low loss. We can transmit the information over the long distances. Okay, and next is the lightweight. So here the cable is made up of either glass or plastic, so the weight of the cable is very low. Okay, and next is the security purpose. It is the main advantage. So it is a non-conductivity medium, so the security is very high. It can carry the information very fast and easier, and no corrosion. Okay, if you are using the copper cable means definitely there will be a corrosion, and there is some electromagnetic interference also there. If you are keeping a mobile nearby the TV, definitely there will be a vibration. Why? Due to this electromagnetic interference. The next advantage is we are using the repeaters. Okay, why we are using this repeaters? We can transmit the signal with the maximum data rate. Okay, so while we are studying the elements, you will understand about this. Next is the environmental immunity. That is, it is a very resistive layer. The optical fiber cable is the very resistive layer, and it can operate over the wide temperature range also. Okay, already I said that it has no corrosion. Okay, and next last advantage is the low cost. The cost of the fiber optic cable is very low. Students, the next important topic in this unit is, up to now we have seen the introduction part. So this is the element of an optical fiber transmission link. It may be asked in the 13 mark question also. Okay. So the basic component of the optical fiber communication are the transmitter section, the medium, that is the optical fiber, and the receiving section. Okay. So we know for communicating, the three main important elements are transmitter, medium, and the receiver section. Okay, so we can see one by one. So first, the input signal is the electrical signal. So listen, students, listen here. So here all the dashed lines are the electrical signals and the zebra lines are the optical signal. See the diagram, all the dashed lines are the electrical signal and all the zebra lines are the optical signal. Okay, so first in the transmitter section, what is the purpose of this transmitter section? In the diagram itself, we can say that the electrical signal is converted to the optical signal. So here the electrical signal is converted to the optical signal. So the dashed line is the electrical signal and the zebra line is the optical signal. So first, how this electrical signal is converted to the optical signal? Okay. The electrical signal may be a voice signal, or it may be image signal, or it may be a video signal. Okay. So video compresses both voice and the image signal. So for example, you can take a phone. While speaking through the mobile phone, the voice is converting to the electrical form of signal. Okay. So for this, in this transmitter section, we are connecting the transducer. So what is the purpose of the transducer? We know that transducer convert one form of energy to the another form, correct? Okay, so same thing only here also, the electrical signal is converting to the optical signal. Okay, so this electrical signal is converting to the optical signal. So this input signal may be a voice signal, or it may be a image signal, or it may be a video signal. So now this input signal is given to the driver circuit. What is the purpose of this driver circuit? So next block is the light source. This light source may be a LED or laser. Okay, in optical, the input light source is the LED and laser. Okay, so now while we are using laser, means it emit more amount of heat. Okay, so in order to suppress this heat, we are using the driver circuit. If you, for example, in the computer, there are more fans are used, correct? Okay, so why? In order to reduce the heat, to cool the hardware system. Similarly, here also this driver circuit is used for reducing the heat in the laser circuit. Okay, if you are using the laser, then the heat will be reduced by this driver circuit. So this light source may be LED or laser. So these are the two important optical sources we will study later. Okay, LED and laser. It is the important light sources, optical lasers, light sources. And next is the, see, that is the fiber fly lead. What do you mean by fiber fly lead? It is the short length of the fiber. A small length of fiber is known as the fiber fly lead. So next is the connector and splicer. Okay, so what do you mean by connector and what do you mean by splicer? Connector means it is used to connect one component to the other component. Okay, that is, in order to connect from one device to another device, we are using the connector. For example, if you can take the probe. What is the purpose of probe? You are connecting a CRO with another device. Okay. Similarly, here also the connector is also used to connecting the one component to other component. Okay. So the important thing is connector is a temporary connector. Okay. Only temporarily we can connect this connector, and we can whenever we need it, we can remove it. And next is the splicing. Splicing is the permanent connection. You can permanently connect it in the optical system. Okay. For example, while if you want to connect any wire, permanent means what will we do? We will soldering, correct? Okay. Similarly, here also, in order to connect any two medium, that is the two optical fiber cable, here we are using the optical splicer. It is the permanent connection. We cannot remove this, but connector is a temporary connector. We can remove this. Okay. And next is the optical coupler or beam splitter. What is the purpose of optical coupler? That is, through this optical coupler, you can give more number of inputs can be added through this optical coupler. Splitter is used to connect to various other equipment. Okay. In order to connect more number of equipments, you can use this optical coupler or beam splitter. In order to add more number of inputs, we can use this optical coupler. In telephone cable itself, you can see this optical coupler. Okay. And the next device is the regenerator or repeater. It is the important main thing in this elements of the optical fiber transmission link. What is the purpose of this regenerator or repeater means? So it covered some distance and it convert the optical signal to electrical signal, again electrical signal to optical signal. Okay. So this regenerator, for example, if you take the street light, it covers only a small distance, and again another distance we are using another street light. Same thing, for some distance, in order to convert the optical signal to electrical signal, we are connecting the regenerator, and again for long distances, more number of repeaters or regenerators are used. Okay. And the next thing is the optical amplifier. So there are three types of amplifier. One is pre-amplifier and inline amplifier and the post-amplifier. So pre-amplifier will be used nearby the transmitter section, and post-amplifier is used nearby the receiver section, and the optical, this amplifier is the inline amplifier. In between the transmitter and receiver, we are using the inline amplifier. Okay. So this is the optical amplifier, that is the inline amplifier. And next is the last part is the receiver section. In this receiver section, we are using the photodetector, amplifier and signal restorer. So what is the use of this photodetector? So this photodetector acts as the normal PN junction diode, but it acts as the reverse bias condition. Okay, you know, in reverse bias condition, the depletion layer will be very high. That is, it acts as the magnet. So what happens in this photodetector means it observes the incoming light, and inside this the light there is a quantum. Now the quantum will break down into two parts. One is the photon and other one is the phonon. So photon acts as the light and phonon acts as the vibration. Okay, so in this photon, it acts as the light. So now a new current is generated. Using this photodetector, new current is generated. So these are the optical detector. The two main optical detectors are photodetector and avalanche detector. So it will be discussed in the fourth unit. Okay. So in the receiver section, we are connecting the photodetector, amplifier and signal restorer. So the function of the photodetector is it converts the optical signal to the electrical signal. That is, a new current is generated. So nearby photodetector, the amplifier, that is the receiver side post amplifier is connected. I said you there is amplifier is of the three types. So it is the post amplifier. So in the receiver section, it amplifies the signal. And next is the signal restorer. So what is the function of the signal restorer? That is, the original input signal will be recovered without any change. For example, in the input side, if you are sending the voice signal has the high pitch, low pitch, correct? Okay. So without any variation, the output side also the same voice signal will be received. So for this purpose, we are connecting the signal restorer. Okay. So this is the overall view about the block diagram. So here the step by step explanation is here. What is the purpose of drive circuit? What is the purpose of repeater? What is the purpose of receiver? Okay, so students, so go through this block diagram. So it is an important 13-mark question. So if you have any doubt, comment me in the Google Classroom. So once we can recall this. So today we have studied about the optical communication. You know, optics means the light. Communication through the light is the optical communication. And next we have see some advantages, and then we have see the elements of the optical fiber transmission system. That is, the three main blocks are transmitter section, medium is the optical fiber cable, and the regenerator, and then the receiver. Okay. So the transmitter section has two parts, driver circuit and the light source, and in between we are connecting the optical coupler, beam splitter, connector, splicing, and then regenerator. And next in the receiver section we are connecting the photodetector and the amplifier and then signal restorer. So go through it study it, and if you have any doubt, please come and ask me, and come make the comments in the Google Classroom. Okay, thank you. You can see in the next class. Thank you, students.